Well, welcome back to Crossroads. It's been a while since we've had the mayor on the show, Mayor Wayne Seybold. Here, great time. We're talking about economic growth on the south side, and we're talking about the state of the city. And you've had an interesting couple of weeks here, but looking forward, we're still optimistic about the state of the city?
Oh, absolutely. In the speech that I gave, I talked about there's the state of the city, and it's very strong. I mean, you got Marion General Hospital that just got magnet status again in top 100 nursing programs in the country, and that's the second time they've won that award. And then you got Indiana Wesleyan, and there's 2 new buildings going up here, and the growth that's going on here. And I talked about that too. It's not just about the buildings; it's about the young people that are coming to school here and getting more involved in the community and bringing ideas that they have and have seen in their communities. And then you've got Moorhead Communications, which just got voted one of the top smallest, largest companies which was an interesting title, but in the country, and one of the fastest growing. And Zavello, which is the second largest kiosk manufacturer in the United States. And so there's many other success stories I could go into. GM, I mean, they've hired a number of people, and so the state of the city is strong, and it's strong because of the companies that are here and investing and hiring and doing those things. And then I talked about the state of City Hall is stressed. I mean, we had a horrible year last year with we had a lot of sick people, and we had to spend most of our cash reserves on helping treat those people with their bills and so forth. So, our future looks great.
That's good. And you talked a lot about change and kind of facing that adversity. How do you handle kind of controversial topics or kind of harsh criticism from, learning experiences that do happen inevitably?
Yeah, you just got to take it head on. I mean, I think we're in this position in our country, and we see it here on the local level as well, probably more because we deal with it every day, but our country is getting older. And so, but the younger people in the country, they want to see what I call 21st century type of activity. They want more walkable cities, and they want more green initiatives, and they're thinking more about, okay, what are we going to be in the future? Whereas then the elderly people, which we're getting more and more of, they want to preserve what they have. So, I say there's 2 types of governance, in my opinion. You're either governing for growth or you're governing for decline. And for years in Marion, we were managing or governing for decline because we had a lot of manufacturing that was leaving, and we were just trying to keep up. And for the last 10 years, we've been managing for growth. And when you do that, it freaks people out sometimes. And so we're going to continue to do that and push, and we'll win some initiatives, and some initiatives we won't. And
well, let's talk about that. I remember the exact quote that was on the paper, but you almost said, to echo an old movie line, it's strap on, it's going to be a bumpy ride ahead.
Right. Yeah.
And you can't give specifics, but you see the city taking some things that are going to taking a shot at some things, businesses or whatever, that are going to look risky to some folks in the future?
I don't know if it's just about business, but even quality of life things. We need to be a more walkable, bikeable city. I mean, we don't have the mountains and we don't have the ocean, but we have some cool things and ways to get around. And we have the Cardinal Greenway that goes through Marion, which is on the National Trail System, which I think can go about 70 miles now on it. And then we have the River Walkway, and how do we connect all those? So that from anywhere in the city you can come together, and what does that look like? And
that's really great that you're trying to build on the strengths of the city, because we do have so many. But what are some of the, weaknesses or kind of lesser strengths that you might be addressing that you did mention in your speech?
Right. Well, I think we still have a poverty issue that we're working on, and I hate to say this, I'd like to find a cure for poverty, but I don't know that we ever will, because your definition of poverty and mine are probably 2 separate things. But we have a kind of a general basis of what it is, and so how do you tackle that? And one thing I've brought up that kind of slipped by, and that we're going to start hitting very strong, is that why not start a boarding school in Marion where the school portion is Marion Community Schools, and we provide the boarding side of it. And how do we do that? And then, so those kids, because today we mentor kids maybe an hour a week, maybe 2 hours a week, if you got a real strong mentor. And that helps, but it's not enough. What if we reversed it? And and I was talking to one person about this, and they said, well, so now you want to raise people's kids? And I go, oh, yeah, right. So it's okay for the wealthy kids to go to boarding school, but when we start trying to put something together for the kids who couldn't afford to go to boarding school, now we're raising the kids. So we got to look at those things, and we have a church here that's taken us up on this offer, and they've been out to Pennsylvania to the Heinz school, and I'm sorry, not the Heinz school, but the Hershey school, and they looked at that and studied it, and there were some people there helping them, and we're going to try and get that initiative going here in Marion. So those are some of the things we're looking at that could be
a lot of interesting
Yeah,
things.
a lot of
And
different
the mayor's
things.
job is never done. but
Right.
You are still having a little bit of fun at it, right?
I love it. It's the best job I've
Okay,
ever had.
well, good. It's glad to hear that. Lot we could cover, a lot to say, but thanks, Mayor Wayne Seybold, for coming in and updating us and these viewers on the state of the city.
Thank you. My pleasure.
Great.
Thanks.